detected?
My cancer was first detected almost by fluke. I was going to a doctor for years trying to find out why I'm so fatigued, why I'm so tired, and they couldn't nail down exactly why I was so tired. So I ended up going to a naturopath, just try something different. And during a routine exam, she found a small lump on my throat and said, you should probably get this checked out. Knowing me, I procrastinated for months, not even knowing what thyroid cancer was, not knowing that it could be cancerous. And it was a very small lump, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But eventually, she pretty well forced me to go get it checked out, and I'm glad she did. After the blood tests and the ultrasounds, and they found out it was papillary thyroid cancer. So I had to go in for surgery, and knowing that I have to do radioactive iodine treatment and have pills for the rest of my life. The important thing to note about my experience was I found it early. It was 1.1 centimeters in diameter, so it was very small. And for thyroid cancer, it's a relatively slower moving cancer. And I found it quite early, but after the surgery, we found out that it had already spread to one of my lymph nodes. So the slow moving cancer that we thought was slow moving had already moved in to one of my, so I have to emphasize that early detection and early screening is a definite must. Because if I didn't do that, if I didn't check out early, my story here would probably be a lot more different. Of course, when you get a diagnosis like that, you have fears of the unknown, knowing that you don't have all the answers. If you're used to having the answers to everything, and now you get hit with, now you have cancer, you have a lot of fears and not knowing what's going to go on, what's going to happen, knowing that you've had loved ones that have died from the disease. It just strikes a fear into your heart that knowing that you have the disease now that a lot of other people have had. So. During my isolation period, I had to pull my trailer up into my driveway so I could stay away from my family, and the only interaction I had with them was I still wasn't using the washroom in the trailer because it was still February, so I still had to actually go in and use the washroom inside the house. But that was the only interaction I had there, and then thankfully my wife actually brought food in for me and tossed it in, so I had square meals a day, so that was good.
So you're kind of like camping in your driveway.
Camping in my driveway and staying away. The hardest part was actually seeing my daughter leave in the morning, and you look out the window and you see her leaving, and she waves at you in case she can actually come over to you and hug you like she usually does. So, and knowing that she wasn't going to be able to hug me for some time because of the surgery I had, so that was the tough part of it. But it worked out pretty well having the trailer in my driveway and stuff. If there is any good about going through thyroid cancer is, before I didn't know anything about thyroid cancer, wouldn't be able to help anybody out. Now that I know a lot, I've done a lot of research on through cancer.ca and cancerconnection.ca. I've learned a lot, and I don't want any of my knowledge to go to waste. I want to be able to use it for other people so they don't have to research it themselves, or if they have questions, I can help them. I've been through it before, so it just helps me help other people, like other people help me at the same time, so I want to give back. So. I used the cancer.ca services to try to research my disease, which was brand new to me at the time. And I was directed by my doctor to go to cancer.ca. And from there I found an abundance of information about my disease, how widespread it was, how serious it was, what the implications are to me and to people around me. I was able to find out questions to ask my doctor and questions to ask when I go in for radioactive iodine, and also questions to ask the surgeon before I go in for surgery. There's a list of questions you get to ask them, so you feel more comfortable with the procedure and going through it after you go to cancerconnection.ca and research everything else about your disease. Mine was thyroid cancer, but they have a place there for every other type of cancer, and you can do the same thing for each of the cancers. Yes, after going on the website, you can write down your questions. I actually wrote down all my questions on a piece of paper, on 2 pieces of paper, and you can give the piece of paper to the doctor, and then you go through each individual question. Before you have fears of not knowing everything, not knowing the answers to any of your questions, it's brand new to you. But after going on there and getting the list of questions and be able to have the professionals answer all those, it makes you feel much more comfortable going through that.
And cancer.ca helped you with this?
Cancer.ca and also cancerconnection.ca really helped me. That's why I'm doing all this, is because of cancerconnection.ca. I found it to be a very powerful tool when I was going through my journey through cancer. I can talk to people that have had the disease before, have been through the same thing I've been through, have had the same questions I had. They have the answers to it. They've been there before. Friends and family can be 100% supportive going through all this, but sometimes there's questions they can't answer, things they can't know what you're going through, and that's where cancerconnection.ca kind of fits the bill perfectly. Is these people have been there before, they're on this website because they want to talk about their experiences, and you can ask questions to them just like returning all the information that they've learned. So it's been a very powerful tool for me to use. So if you talk about paying it forward, I'm sharing my experiences through the online community. Also gives me a chance to give back from what I know about the disease and help out the people already in treatment or already in treatment. So I'm determined to use my knowledge that I've gained during my cancer treatment to help others. If you're just diagnosed with cancer, what you need to do, you need to learn all you can, do all you can, and share all you can. That's how we're going to get through this disease, and you can do that on cancerconnection.ca.